Good morning and welcome to the T-Bird Spotlight. Today we welcome Ellis Collins from the cross country and track team. Ellis has a 3.9 GPA and is a biology major. So Ellis, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, so I went to high school at Benjamin Franklin in Queen Creek, and I actually didn't run until my last 2 years of high school. I did cheer all 4 years of high school, competitive cheer, and that took up like a lot of my time. And so I think it was like the end of my junior year, I was like gonna try out for the track team because my friend invited me to come, and I ended up running like a 7 minute mile, and everyone was like, "Oh, yay, you did so good." Oh, like practice after school with cheer practice being in the morning. And it was a little bit hard. I was really busy, but I just love track and cheer so much that I like tried to make it work. And we had cross country practice at like 5 a.m. And then practice and then school day, and then like weights class after school. And so it was tough in high school, but once I got to college at Mesa and I was only doing track and cross country, it became a lot more fun, kind of, because I just could only focus on that really in school. And I had a bigger team and Coach Dan and everyone. It's really
That's I'm glad you found out that you're good at track. You've really made an impact here at Mesa Community College. So why'd you choose MCC?
good. Well, when I was graduating high school, I wasn't really sure on what degree I wanted to get and what I really wanted to do. And so I didn't want to end up going to a bigger university and maybe not have gotten a scholarship and just like spending a lot of money there and just not really knowing what I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Mesa Community College. And there's a lots of community colleges here, but they had the cross country and track programs. And so I was like, okay, I'll go there. And my coaches reached out to Coach Dan, and he was like, yeah, we'd love to have her. And so I started training with them over the summer, and it just ended up being so much fun. And I improved a lot just in that one summer. Like, I love my classes at MCC, and I just think it was the best place for me to go. I'm really happy that I went here.
Great. So Ellis, like listeners, I hope you kind of heard what Ellis was saying. She was undecided and she chose a community college to kind of save money. And then obviously it has the track program. So those are some of the benefits of choosing a place like MCC. So how do you manage? So you've had a lot of experience in high school managing time, but how do you manage your time between sports and academics? Like we said, Ellis has a 3.9 GPA, pretty much a 4.0, and she runs a lot. So how do you manage that time?
It's pretty difficult. You have to like really be on top of things. I think one thing that helps is we have practice really in the morning. So in the fall, it's at 6 a.m. and in the spring, 7 a.m. And so I'm done with my run at least by 9 a.m. every day. Well, my first run at least. And then I come home and or go to school, but now since class is online, I'll come home and like log into my classes and do homework pretty much all day. And then I'll try to get to the gym um, and do a second run and a weightlifting workout every other day. The thing that's really hard for me though is that I also work. I've also worked like the whole time I've been in college. I worked at Jersey Mike's as a manager, and then I recently got a new job at Salad and Go. So right now I'm working 40 hours a week, which is a lot, and I'm not sure I recommend that for everyone because it's just hard because I have 5 classes and track season and working 40 hours. It's just hard to do it all, but so far it's going pretty good and school's about to end. So it's really just about getting up and getting your run done and then getting right to doing your homework and then getting right to the gym and then just being ready for work.
Yeah, so you have a plan and you have a schedule.
Yeah, I definitely have a schedule and I like always think like in the beginning of the week, I look at all the assignments I have due because school's really the priority for me. Like running's important and so is working, but like my grades are like definitely probably the most important because I want to get really good grades just because for what I want to do. And so I look at all the assignments I have for the week and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this one on this time on Tuesday and then this one on Wednesday and these two on Thursday and just like that.
Ellis, you are special. So listeners, you may or may not know, but she just mentioned that she grades are very important. She's got a 3.9 GPA. She runs cross country track. If you picked up that she does multiple runs a day and works 40 hours. And Alice is like currently she's number one in the nation in her event, in one of the events of the steeplechase. So we have the opportunity here we're interviewing like a high level student athlete, and we really need to absorb this conversation. So Ellis, can you please tell us your events that you do? And I'm going to give you, I really want you to, I know you're very humble, but I want you to brag about your events right now and your success. Most recently, Ellis has been named the NJCAA Track Athlete of the Week. She PR'd in all of her events. And so, Ellis, I'm going to give you this time. You need to let the listeners know hard work does pay off, and she's reaping these benefits at the moment. So go ahead, Ellis.
So the events I do, well, for cross country, it's just a 5K and sometimes a 6K. And I would say that I'm probably the best at cross country. I'm not sure why. It's just like running far distances and just like holding one pace like the whole time is something I'm good at. But then in track, I do everything from the 800 to the 5K, and I could probably do a 10K, but I haven't done it this season. I'll probably do it in the future. And so that includes like the 800 meters, the 1500, the 3000-meter steeplechase, and the 5K. That's what I've done in the outdoor track season. But then indoors, like they have different events. So they have like the mile, the 800, and just the 3000-meter flat.
Okay, so where are we at with, so the steeplechase at the moment, you're currently number one in the nation. So last night, you guys are competed. Right now, we're in the week of competing for the region championship and as a team and as individuals. So do you know where you guys currently stand as a team or how to go last night?
In the region,
Yeah.
second place after the first day, which is really good because we do have a really small girls team. So that means we're scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
There's just three of us on the distance side, and there's just a couple sprinters and a couple jumpers on the kind of the sprinters in the field side. But yeah, second place is really good for us right now just because of how small our teams are. And some of the other teams we're competing against do have a lot of girls. But last night we ran the 4x800 and we beat the other teams by about 10 seconds. And I think we all got personal best in the 800. So it was really fun and exciting.
10 seconds is no joke in the running world. So that's awesome. You smoked them. All right. So what are you looking forward to most in the postseason? So listeners, right now they're in the week of the region championship and they'll be going to the national championships in a couple weeks. So Ellis, can you tell us what you're looking forward to most in the postseason?
So after the season, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break. We take about a 2-week break. And so you just probably the first week I won't run at all. And the second week I'll get back to jogging. But then I'm really excited for summer training because summer training's the big thing for cross country. Like you have to have a big summer and like for me, I like to do really high mileage. So like work up to running like 75 miles a week, something like that. And just like weightlifting a lot. And it's just really fun. I just love running in the summer. It gets you really prepared for cross country. And then I'm going to be heading to the University of Hawaii in the fall. And so I really want to have a good mileage base and good workouts when I go there. Just getting ready for the next cross country season because it's going to be Division 1 and it's going to be a lot more intense, I think.
Well, congratulations on earning that scholarship. How do you think so? How do you think you're going to do at the at nationals here in a couple weeks?
At nationals, it's in about 2 to 3 weeks. I think that I think that me and my teammates are gonna be first, second, third place, and we're gonna just clean the we're just gonna like take over the podium, and it's gonna be because we're really good training partners. It's me and my good friends. It's Mary and Tanea, and we're all really good at the steeplechase. Coach Dan's like a really good um, steeplechase coach, and me and Mary are really, really close in time. So it's going to be a battle between us, but we're really good friends. And so, like, whoever comes out on top, it's just who is ever like having a good day that day, really. But I think either of us would be that. And then is going to be in right behind us, and it's just going to be really exciting. I think we're going to do really good. And then we're also going to be running the 4x8, which our goal is top 3 in that. And I'm going to be also running the 5K on the last day, which my goal is to just have a big PR and stay with the lead pack of girls.
Awesome. Good. You got your everything, your eyes set high. I can't wait to see MCC on the podium. Like you just said, just sweep the podium. That's awesome. You guys and listeners, like I had the opportunity to work the national meet a few years ago when MCC held it, and I was giving the medals out. And there are so many international students in the sport of track and field. So for MCC to be in the top 3 right now and to continue to keep that, that's going to be something special. And you guys should be proud of it. That is awesome. So I can appreciate that because I was witnessed all you guys competing against all those international kids. So
Yeah.
good luck to you. But let's get back to, what do you plan on majoring and why?
So at Hawaii, I want to get, I think, a bachelor's of arts in biology, and just doing that because biology is probably my favorite subject, and then also it's a way for me to get the prerequisites because after I want to go to physician assistant school, and the school I want to go to is actually in Mississippi, where I'm originally from. And they have a track program there too. And because of COVID, I have two. I'm considered a freshman right now in track because I haven't ever run a track season in college yet. So after this, I'm going to have technically 4 years left of running. So I hope to do it there too. So be in Hawaii for 2 years and then physician assistant school after that, and hopefully to keep running on a track team.
That's, you will. I can tell. You will. So, Ellis, what is your favorite personality you like to follow or watch? This is kind of a fun fact question.
Oh yeah. So actually my favorite like athlete, well, I have a lot of them, but Ali Ostrander is one of my favorite athletes. She's actually just started like a YouTube channel and I watch that all the time. She was the steeplechase NCAA champion for 3 years in a row, which is like and she's just so good. I don't know. I love her. And she's actually now a professional runner for the Brooks track club, which is really cool. And so that's what she's doing now. And she like has started a YouTube channel so she can like document all of that. But she's just really like motivational and she's really humble, even though she's so good and talented. And it's just, yeah, she's someone I really like.
Awesome. It's so refreshing to hear someone speak about another athlete in their craft. So keep it up. And then, do you have a favorite sports quote?
I was actually thinking about that question. Um, I don't know. There's like so many quotes that I think about. One, I was like kind of like looking them up today, but one I saw was, there's always someone who is busier than you running right now. And I was like, just thinking about that because one of like the struggles I face is just like being tired, kind of just being like, especially towards the end of the season, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to like go on my second run for the day, or like I want to cut the run short or not go to the gym or something, and then like just make up an excuse like I have an assignment due or I have to go to work, which they're like valid excuses, but if you really want something, you can like find time for it and fit it into your schedule and make it work. So that's like a quote I think about.
And then to wrap this up, what are 3 reasons you like being a part of a sports team?
So that's a question. Number one, it's definitely the team aspect. It's just so cool to be on a team of girls who are just working so hard every day, and especially in cross country has a lot of the team aspect, and you're just out there. And I used to always think like, okay, I'm running, and cross country is really hard. It's probably a lot harder than track in my opinion, just because there's hills and it's a long race, and you just have to think like, okay, I'm doing this for my team. Like you need to score like the points for the team, and that's probably the number one reason. It's just like it's one of my biggest motivators to like come out to practice and get to run with Mary and Tanea because they're the only girls on my team right now. But in cross country there are a lot more. But right now, Mary and Tanea, I just love running with them, and I know that if they're out there, that I need to be out there too, and just that we're all working hard and we're in it together no matter what happens. Another reason is just that I think sports, especially running, like makes you kind of like a better person, um, because it just makes you mentally tough. Um, and everything. And I just think that I'm so dedicated, like with other things like working and school because of track and running. And then another reason is probably my coaches, especially like my high school coaches were really good and they put so much time and effort into us. And I had the same thing with Coach Dan. He's like the best coach ever, and I'm really sad to leave him. But he just put so much time into us. He's always there at practice every morning. In the summer, he's there with us at 6 a.m. and he's still there when we come back. And he's like, "Oh, good job." And so that's just like another thing. Another person is Spencer, Coach Spencer. He's like the best, and we just all love them so much, and they put so much time into us that, and they just do so much to make you better that you just want to like run good for them, just like be the best you can be. So it's really just like running for your team, your coach, and then yourself. And then also my family too. They're my really big supporters and they come to every meet.
That's awesome. Ellis, I want to do this podcast in about 7 years and see where you're at. You'll be a PA, you'll still be running.
Oh, it's my goal to be a track coach, like Coach Dan. He's
Okay.
like inspired me. I want to be a track coach, and like I just think that would be something I would be really good at. So I kind of want to be like a PA and a track coach of some like high school or maybe a college girls team.
That'd be awesome. I'm not going to forget you, Ellis. So thank you, Ellis, for being a guest on our T-Bird Spotlight today and continue to work hard. And good luck to you in the at nationals and over in Hawaii. And I'll look you up to make sure you make it to Mississippi, and we'll keep following you, okay?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.